What's going on, everybody? We're about to get into one of my all-time favorite headache rescue inhalers. Now, there's a lot of types of headaches, but if you are the type of person that gets headaches toward the end of the day, maybe you've been on your phone, on your laptop, at work all day long, it may feel like a sort of sweatband or a vice grip around your head, or maybe you get it behind your eyes. What this mostly comes down to is we're looking at a dry spine here, but if you notice this shelf that extends backward, this is the base of the skull and where it begins. However, there is a row of really small muscles around here that control all your fine head movements. And also, there are two little nerve roots that exit out of the top, and those just so happen to supply one of the only pain-sensitive structures. Most of these tension headaches, suboccipital headaches, they stem from this area right across the top of the neck. This is a very difficult area to stretch, and I honestly wouldn't recommend doing it because there are some inherent risks involved. However, if we take almost a foam rolling approach to this works almost like a rescue inhaler. You can stop it dead in its tracks. However, if you're in the throes of a really bad one, it may just take the edge off. You don't need anything fancy like this Rogue bar. However, this is one of the most effective tools I've ever seen for this type of maneuver. You can use a PVC pipe elevated up on maybe two textbooks, yoga blocks, something like that, or even a wooden dowel rod sitting on top of something, just as long as it can roll just a little bit and it's not going to move on you. However, for this demo, we're going to use the Rogue bar. So, the most important thing you can keep in mind when you do this is one position, and it's everybody's favorite, double chin. So think neutral neck position, push your chin back, that's all. So I want you to think top of the head goes up, chin goes back. It's coupled motion. Lock that into position when you're on top of this bar. However, the bar needs to go right underneath the shelf of the skull. So what we'll do for this one is start just in the dead center, just like this. Now you might notice a bony prominence at the back of the skull here. You should definitely be below that, but you wouldn't want this bar right in the center of your neck either. Find the center. Most importantly, lock in the double chin maneuver. Holding this position throughout the entirety of the scan and release. So now what you want to do is start in the center, lock double chin, and then begin a scan toward one direction. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to go to the left. So as you scan, what you'll notice is that you might run across a couple points that are a little painful or maybe tight or maybe both. But what you might notice is if you have a headache in the moment, say it's behind your left eye, what you might notice is when you roll over a certain point, you're going to feel that symptom increase a little bit or maybe reproduce. Then what you want to do is say, okay, I've found the point that I need to begin with. All I want you to do is oscillate in a side-to-side motion, almost like you're shaking your head no, over an area of about 1/4 of an inch. Most importantly is maintain that double position. It's very easy to let your chin migrate up. However, you will lose the point of the release in and of itself. You want to oscillate in that no motion for about 30 to 45 seconds here. Really don't need anything more than that. However, we'll say that we've cleared this particular trigger point out. Then what I want you to do is to continue that scan moving in the same direction. Find the next point, because I promise you there's going to be more than one. And clear everything out along the way, approximately 30 to 45 seconds. Now you might ask, where do you stop? Well, there's a bony prominence right behind your ear. It's called the mastoid process. It's part of your skull. They kind of jut downward. However, a lot of people find that there are trigger points coming right off of that mastoid process. So what you would have to do if you do find one of those is move your body north just a little bit so that when you get totally on your side here, right behind that bony prominence, you can really dig in to these trigger points here. Again, just oscillating 30 to 45 seconds. Now say we've cleared everything out going to the left. What you would then want to do is return to center, looking straight up at the ceiling. Again, lock in that double chin, and then begin your scan in the opposite direction. Repeating the same procedure, side-to-side motions over a little 1/4 inch pathway, about 30 to 45 seconds. Now this is a lot like foam rolling. When you're on it, it's not very fun. However, when you get done, it's going to feel like the weight of the world has been lifted off your shoulders, mostly because you've taken care of all these trigger points, these things that add up when we're on our cell phones all day long, on our laptops, at work. We spend so much time in this forward head carriage position with all this extension at the base of the skull. These muscles get loaded constantly, not to mention all the little maneuvers that we do, changing lanes in traffic, looking around. This is the source of most cases of tension headaches. This is your rescue inhaler.